Hello everyone.
Hi, I'm Amogh Shastry, and this is Harshit
And I'm
Agarwal. So today we want to showcase our Bolt Hackathon product that we have built. Basically, a web application. We call it AI DevLab OS. So if you ever have encountered an issue where you have to come up with AI plugins, correct? And every time you want to create a new plugin, it becomes tedious that you have to learn new things, you have to integrate new things. But what if we can integrate all of them into a single platform where it gives the user an easy experience to, go ahead and implement just by prompting or loading in the data set they have to build up a similar API of what they want really quickly. That's where our product comes in place. So Harshit, if you want to carry on.
Yep. So basically, this is an OS which we design for the persons who have a little or no knowledge in the field of AI. Basically, this is a product which is going to do the rapid prototyping for you. Basically, when it comes to AI, and it also integrate and give you an APIs to deploy that AIs, and you can use in your real projects what you are doing it right now. So this is going to be integratable with every other third party applications, and basically the core DevOps application like AWS and all. For now, it's basically you can integrate with the Git also. So this is what our landing page look like. So basically we have a smart analysis system, auto machine learning model, one click API development and deployment, collab style workspace, what you know about Google Colab, and we have an AI power builder AI, and we have a security system which can secure the whole model. So these are the some of the thing. So you can go with the documentation and everything. So let me explore you the dashboard what we are going to see.
Yes. Once you go
So
into yes, go on, continue.
this is the dashboard of AI DevOps OS. So basically, this dashboard is a personal workspace for each login. What is going to happen by a single client. So basically, all the AI models, what the person deployed or created while doing. So it comes to this way, which is where it shows the pre-trained models or what the person is going to show. Basically all the deployments what the person did for get, put, post, or delete method. So basically all the deployed APIs that interact with the application of the person is going to come to this place where it's called as deployed APIs. All the data sets, all the system where the user is going to store the data, where the user is tracking with the variables what is going to be happening in the virtual memory or the variable space called the namespace too. That space where the memory is stored is going to come here, and all the predictions how many API calls the user made in the day is going to be proceed here. So today's there's nothing here. So what our model do in what fastens our model is like easy upload, auto train models, and easy to deploy APIs. Yeah. So we have each section, which is the which is the core idea to build an AI plugin. So basically, while building an AI plugin, what you need basically a data set to train, a model to train. After training the model, you go for an API development, which will use in your real project to use this model, what you're training on this operating system. And to make fine tuning the model, you have either to you train the model again with a better this thing, or you go for making changes manually. So let me show this much to you. Firstly, you upload the data set here. So suppose you have some data set and you uploaded it here. So
Yes.
once you are done with the upload, you go for model training. We have some pre-trained model which are the basis of some model training process of a plugin. So
Basically a
but
template.
plugin,
a template, reference template that we can use to train the models, so that it gives the users who are beginners a basic idea about, to give them a reference point to where to start off. And if you are an intermediate or an advanced developer as well, you will be able to do it on your own. But basically, to give a stepping stone or a platform for all the beginners to boost or elevate from where they begin.
Yeah. So this dashboard of model training basically involves the data set what you are working with, inclusion of the classification or the regression problem what we are dealing with. It is just for supervised learning of machine learning algorithms. So each algo we have put it, which one you want, and the number of CV folds also. Yeah, this is for testing and training split. We put it maximum to 50%, and like you can split the testing and training based on the size you given, and you start the training process, and your trained model will be shown here directly. So yeah, we have a lot of training day models, you can export the result there. So the next part we are working on is once you are trained with the model, you work with the real-time projects what you're working with. So for that part, to integrate that AI into your real project, you need to create some APIs. For that part, you have to test your API, and like firstly you have to deploy your API, and you have to create. Since we don't have a model right now, but I'll tell you, you have to go to the Swagger, and you can deploy APIs in minutes. Yeah. So once you are done with this thing, you got two codes for that, which is the curl for the API, which includes the CURL of the API and the Python code to implement, just to test whether this API is working or not. Which if you are good at coding at all. But what if the person is not good at coding? So basically, you can do one thing. You can test the API here. You just put the model name, you put the JSON body, and you can test it out. Yeah, this is the easiest step a learner can do.
Yes. So moving on, after the testing of the API, checking whether it's employed or deployed, and then working the functionality of the API, you may want to improve something in the coding and stuff like that. That's when you go to the code workspace. If you could open code workspace.
Yeah. So if you are a good programmer basically,
Yeah.
and you are just here to enhance your working experience right now, and you are good at coding and all, but you don't want to set up all the AI things in your system, and you just need to deploy a basic project over, and you can deploy a big project too, but if you want to make it faster at all, so you can come here, you can test your the skills. So what add-ons basically with the work with Colab and other AI workspaces, so is the AI assistant we put it here. So this AI assistant is a real-time assistant which will generate a Python code based on your model which you have created before. So once you select the database, it will directly generate the AI code for that, and based on that code you can ask him to explain the code what you put it here, and you can generate a documentation so that you can easily go through code each and every time. The AI codes are not understandable by the developers who are working real time. So basically for that reason I want people to know about the code what's going on there. So for that part I'm just putting AI generated code, but also explanation to the current code, and a documentation part for later use by the people who is accommodating or modifying the code what is generated by the AI. And even you can run it in live time. And one more thing, here it is shown all the packages what you need to run AI model, and if there's no package what you want, you can install. I guess a lot of developers also find it difficult for
Yeah.
Git version control.
Correct.
Basically, what happened, like when you are going for Git branches, you might able to have a you have to write Git add everything, Git commit it out, and Git push it out. So yeah, so for that part we have something called Git version control also.
Correct.
So for every checkpoint, you create a commit to the mains Git. So basically, each time you don't need to write three commands and all. You just click on this part, and you are done with the saving of the current versus snapshot of your program. So this is a major area where the person can collaborate and make enhancements in the program what the AI generated and what he want to make on. And this is a perfect workspace where you can make a bridge between an AI and a developer. So this is basically my favorite kind of thing.
Yeah.
The
Well,
next is
perfect is like an overstatement, but yeah, this is the best we could have done right now. So moving on, we go to the user interface.
UI builder.
Now,
Yeah.
once you have developed
So
your API keys and you want the users to
changes in
interact
the
with it, that is
yeah.
where this UI builder comes into picture. So here,
So
go on.
basically you don't have anything to show to your system. Like you have a system running in behind, but you don't have a front end where you can show it to the user directly. So for that part, you have inbuilt components here. You just drag and drop it out. This is a Canva. I think you have used the drag and drop method. So basically, based on that, you just drag and drop here, and you can build a whole website right now like this. And one more thing, if you are too lazy with that, also you can ask the prompt. You can ask the AI to generate the website for you, and later on you can remove it by putting it out of the Canva, and you can add new elements by putting it inside the Canva. And you are also too lazy to write a prompt too. So we have a templates to test out the model. So like if you are doing
Yes.
a prediction model, you can use this template. You have a data analysis model, you have like a big data analysis or something which the model is doing performing right now, and it requires visualization and all. We have a database dashboard which is also like powered by AI. It will suggest you which pie chart, which charts have to you put there. And for API documentation, you have this thing just to check an API and whether it is connected to this. Once you are generated with the code will be written out here basically, and these code you can download directly to your system. You don't need
Yes.
to print everything. Yeah. So this is the our UI builder thing. The above one, which is the API deployment. When you are testing there, you have something called CURL and Python codes, but you are not comfortable with this thing called Python codes and CURL thing of doing. So basically, for that part, we have something called Postman, what we use generally on their system. Yeah,
Correct.
but I guess a lot of people don't like to open Postman and do all the things like testing of the uh, APIs. So we have a quality check of APIs, what whether this works
Yes.
for all the kinds of APIs what you are creating. Basically for third-party APIs and all, you just select the method what you want. You put an endpoint, you put the header and a body what you want to ask. And once you are done with that, it will tell you whether the response is 200, like get okay or not. Yeah,
Yeah,
and with
basically you
what
get a
kind of parameters.
percentage wise analysis of whatever you require for the API to be working as or what you want the output as, and it compares with previous test cases as it runs along and predicts or tells you the success rate, the response timing, and how many requests basically is being communicated to the API system, based on which it can tell you what the status of this particular model is, if it is functional, if it is optimal, if it is not working, or maybe it needs some improvement. All of these things are covered and all the bases are covered in general. The best part about this is you can check in live testing that what is happening in this API key, what exactly is being tested, what time and what second. All these things makes it pretty transparent for the user to figure out what exactly the what do you call pressure points or the improvement points of the API key are. So based on this, it gives you a very feasible method to go ahead and make sure before you deploy it completely, make it public. This just prevents you from making sure that you do not have any issues.
With the API. Yeah, so I guess once you're done with these all parts, so for longer terms of use, you need to store like have a track on your models, what you trained right now, and what are the status of the model, and is there is anything new, what can you add to like improve that models. So you have a space, namespace called the model storage, where all the models you have trained is going to be fetched, and based on that you will be getting all the models what you're training. Okay, so whether it is classification model, whether it is regression model, and what is the most recent and the highest accuracy model what is going to be having. Yeah, so basically these are the things. And one more thing is there, like average accuracy is the most important things what we are focusing upon, is like how much average your models are going to give. So based on that you can improve your accuracy on the models what you're going to be training in the further process for the same data type and the data models you are working on. So these are the kind of things. So uh, yeah, this makes our model a little different because all the models you can track even for the lifespan of 20 years, 30 years. You're working on the same platform, managing 1,000 of models here. You just put the model name and you are done with creating of the model and managing your overall lifetime. So these are the kind of thing you cover. So one space, one single AI DevOps develops OS, which is going to build everything. And like you need any changes to be done, it's going to come in the same interface, one platform, everything is there on the platform.
Yes, so our problem statement being providing a service which allows people or beginners to generate API keys or even enhance the performance of intermediate or advanced developers to make it easy for them to develop APIs, give them a platform to build, test, and store their APIs was the goal and problem that we wanted to tackle, because we have been working on creating API models and we thought that there should be an easier way. There could have been an easier way, and this is what we have come up with so far for the for our project. And of course, we see a lot of room for improvement as well in this, which we would like to integrate given time. And of course, regardless of what the outcome is, we would like to continue with this project and go ahead with
Yeah,
make it something very, get it
it's
to a
very it's very kind of process we created it using no code, and it make us stand this way on this project. So basically I like the bold one
yeah.
for the no code space to work upon. But we really want AI to come into picture where the AI is built on the same logic of known space, no code, and basically providing the AI a boom of going ahead with no codes.
Yeah.
So
How does it? How do you? What do you think about the this one? Changing from pure coding, hard coding to something like prompt engineering right now.
yeah, basically, I personally want to show you a sports workspace. So I told you this is the favorite of mine because here, what are you doing? You are not generating a code directly from no code. Yeah. So basically, you're generating a blueprint from the AI, and based on that blueprint you are asking to explain that blueprint to you, so that you can put that blueprint in your mind, and based on that blueprint you are generating a lot of documentation which is going to be going to the persons who are handling the same models after you. So most of the time you are not going to be a like servant who is going to create those model. You are going to be a manager who is going to manage that model, and by uh, thinking every aspects how the model can be. And once you are done with that, you can put your larger brain on improving the model rather than seeing how can you code that model out. So this is a part of thing which I personally like it, because this model it brings a relationship between the robotics AI and human AI, human person perspective. So
Sure.
yeah, this is the best thing I ever got, and I guess this model will fastens the working process of AI plugins building process, which the AI developers need in right now, and like uh, hungrily they want this process to be done. So I guess this is the best model, that's best integration what we got an opportunity to do that part. Okay, meet you, bye.
Cool then. Thank you. This was Harshit and me.